All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun white trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. Ready?
Hey.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and in this video we're going to be starting a series where we start breaking down the different coverage options available to you in Madden and how we can best utilize these coverages for your defense. Now, some of these videos will be basic information, but they will all be followed up with more detailed videos going over the coverages in depth. For this first video, we're going to start off with Cover 2 Zone, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the basics of Cover 2, the different types of Cover 2 available to us, and what Cover 2 is strong and what Cover 2 is weak against. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. The first thing we want to talk about are the basics of Cover 2 and how it aligns to the offense. Okay, so how it aligns first here, you're going to see that typically we're going to have the 2 deep safety look. Okay, so you see those 2 safeties back in the formation, and then if you move your eyes over to the outside corners on each side, you're going to see that they're about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage and they're shaded slightly to the outside of the receiver. Okay, so that's going to tell us Cover 2 most of the time. Now, when we look at the actual play art, you're going to see that it's a 2 deep, 5 underneath type zone. Okay, so we're going to have 2 deep zones, which are those dark blue circles in the deep halves of the field, and then everything else is a shallow or intermediate zone. Okay, so we're going to have the 3 yellows in the middle and the 2 light blues on the outside. All right, this is typically how a Cover 2 is going to look. Again, the outside zones will change at times, and we'll go over that here in just a little bit in this video. But this is what our base Cover 2 is going to look like, where we have those 2 deep safeties and the 5 underneath. And again, the name Cover 2 comes from how many deep defenders we have. So on this play, we have 2 deep defenders, hence how we get the name Cover 2. Now, when we talk about the different types of Cover 2s that are available to us, we are really going to focus on 3 of them. We're going to focus on Tampa 2, Cover 2 Hard Flat, and Cover 2 Sink. And you can see I have them here in my audibles at the bottom left of the screen. We're just going to take a brief look at them and see what changes between the 3, right? So here is Tampa 2, the first one. This is going to be our base. This is going to be what's found in almost every formation in the game. Okay, so you see up top at the safeties, we have the 2 deep half safeties. And then if we look at our yellow zones, we have 2 vert hooks and a mid read. And then on our outside are our outside corners and the cloud flats. Now, the 2 defenders that are in the cloud flats are going to be the 2 that change between these coverages. Okay, so again, Tampa 2, we're going to see them in a cloud flat. In Cover 2 Hard Flat, just as the name suggests, we're going to see them in hard flats. And then if we go to Cover 2 Sink, these are going to be soft squats. Okay, so again, everything else stays the same except those outside corners. All right, now soft squat is going to be more of a matching type zone, and we're going to go over the specifics and go over how it will react to different route combinations, different formations, different looks that the offense has given us. Again, we're going to go over that in our follow-up video when we break this defense down in more detail. But I did want to show you here that Tampa 2, we're going to have the cloud flats. Cover 2 Hard Flat, we're going to have the hard flats, and then Cover 2 Sink, we're going to have the soft squats. The other 5 zones on the field are going to stay the same and stay constant between these 3 coverages, but those outside corners will adjust based off the call that we make. The last thing that we're going to talk about are the strengths and the weaknesses of Cover 2. So if we just look at the play art here, you're going to see that the areas of the field that are the most open are the deep middle of the field, and then the deep sideline in between the safety and the outside corners. Right, so that's where the biggest weaknesses of this are. And again, both of them are down the field, right? Both of them are vertically down the field. A lot of the stuff underneath is not going to be open because we have 5 zones in underneath coverage. So if your opponent is running a concept like spacing, which is a really shallow route combination, right? Everything's going underneath. You're going to see here that our Cover 2 or our Tampa 2 is going to do a really good job of covering all of these routes, right? So you can see here, there's nowhere really for the quarterback to go. Could throw it to the flat to the right, but we do have a player there who's able to defend it. So again, if we go to replay here, you're going to see, again, at this point, we have all 5 of our defenders underneath, right? So you see the 2 on the left, 2 in the middle right, and then the 1 far right, right? We have all those defenders underneath. The only place he can really go with this ball is this guy over here. But if he does, we can rally down and make the tackle really quickly for a short gain. Or if we adjust him to a hard flat, he would cover this as well. So you can see here, when your opponent's running something that goes shallow everywhere with all of his receivers, or even if he just sent 1 deep receiver somewhere, cover 2 is going to do a really good job of covering those underneath areas of the field. Now, where it's going to be weak is, again, if they're sending multiple vertical routes down the field, because we don't really have the deep coverage to defend that, right? So if you look to the right side of the screen here, this is just simply sending 2 deep routes down the field, right, from one side of the field. So if we say hike, you're going to see that we're able to hit one of these deep routes because our safety can't cover both of them, right? So this guy's going to be wide open down there, down the sideline. Again, one of the weak spots that we talked about, right? So if we go to replay again, as soon as they're sending 2 vertical routes to the same side of the field, it's going to really stress the safety. He can't cover both of them. He's our only deep defender to the right side of the field. He's going to get beat by one of them, right? Typically, he's going to take the deeper player and leave the guy who's more shallow. But again, still down the field, going to be a big chunk play for your opponent. So again, when we want to run this, short areas of the field, right, in the red zone, near the goal line, and also if we're expecting your opponent to run something underneath, if it's a 4th and 1 or something, we think he's going to do a bunch of shallow routes, that's when we want to call cover 2. If your opponent's constantly looking down the field for a bunch of vertical routes, cover 2 may not be the best defense for you. If you've made it to the end of this video, odds are you're serious about becoming a better Madden player, and we're here to help. On our website at HuddleGG, $9.95 a month unlocks all of our full game plans created by some of the best Madden players in the world. You'll also have access to our private Discord where Madden pros will answer your questions and help take your game to the next level. Have a great day.